Hey y'all, it's me, Debbie Porter. I am your mom coach, and I'm here to support you around home life balance. You know, we talk a lot about work-life balance, but for many of us, because everything is really happening inside our homes right now, we're working out home life balance. And so that's what I love to do. I'm here to support you in that. So here's the thing. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about mom fatigue. What is mom fatigue? How am I suffering from it? And what can I do about it? So, a lot of different plates and stuff that we're spinning right now. We got a lot of balls in the air right now. And so I want us to be able to kind of have a way to refresh and to kind of get back on track and to not let all of the many things take over. So I really first want to just talk about what is mom fatigue, and then I want to go into the few steps and things that we can do about it. Okay, so mom fatigue is exhaustion that occurs as a result of feeling physically and emotionally overwhelmed, normally by the role of parent and all that that involves. But really, right now, it is exhaustion that occurs as a result of feeling physically, emotionally, and mentally overwhelmed with all of the things that we've got going on right now and all of the different things that we're doing. And so, how do we manage it? What do we do about it? How do we deal with it? How do we refresh? How do we get back to being our best selves, the best version of ourselves, not just for our families, not just for all the things that we have to do, but really for ourselves to be the best version of us. Okay, so I'm not going to be here long today. I've got 5 quick points that I want to share very quickly. They're not complex, they're not complicated, just sometimes need some reminders about some stuff that we need to do. So, you know, we've talked about mom fear in the past. We've talked about mom shaming. We've talked about mom burnout. And so right now, many of us are in this version of mom fatigue. So here are a couple things. First thing I want us to think about when we're talking about mom fatigue, how to get over it, how to manage it, how not to let it take over. The first thing I want us to really stop doing is stop multitasking. Many of us, I'm guilty, many of us are literally doing 4, 5 things at once, right? We've stopped the camera on our Zoom calls so we can also make lunch, throw a load of clothes in the laundry, check on the kids. So we're doing too much. And multitasking in short spurts and occasionally is fine. But we're finding ourselves now, as we're entering 2021, we're still multitasking at very high levels. And that started back last year. And what that does is it lowers your productivity, right? Because you're doing too many things at one time, too often. So none of it is really getting your full attention. None of it is really being done properly. So minimize your multitasking. Minimize that. So when we talk about having a priority for the day, right? The word itself, priority, means the most important thing. What we've done is now we're saying we have several priorities for the day. Well, then why have any if there's many of them? So find the 1 or 2 things that you know this day have to get done and stick to that. It's not going to be easy because many of us are used to doing this, right? We've just been doing it for so long. But listen, this level of fatigue, this is the kind of tired that you wake up tired. You ever been to bed, gotten some sleep, and you wake up and you're tired? That's kind of the level of fatigue we're talking about right now, where we're not ever really resting and sleeping in a deep level like we should. Okay, so stop the multitasking. Take that list down. Stick to the 1 or 2 things that you're trying to accomplish, as opposed to doing 3 and 4 and 5 things at once. All right. The second thing, go to bed. Go to bed. Listen, I have learned a few things from Mr. Cliff Porter, my husband. My husband has a bedtime ritual. I mean, like it is a routine. He does this every single night, 7 nights a week. And I've really more lately, I guess, well, since we've been in the house together for a year now, we've noticed a whole lot of things about each other that maybe we haven't in the past. Anywho, that's a whole nother topic. But he has this ritual. So this is what he does. And I've started doing some of this and it helps. So this is what he does. After he's eaten dinner and had whatever, treat or snack, whatever he's going to have, he flosses, brushes his teeth, and then only drinks water for the rest. Well, he only drinks water anyway, but then just drinks water for the rest of the evening. That's usually around 7 or 8 o'clock. He'll do that. After he does that, he turns his bed down like he's at a 5-star hotel with turn down service. He doesn't put chocolate on it, but he turns his side of the bed down. He lays out his workout clothes for the next day. He does all this early, like around 7 or 8 o'clock. And then once about 9:40 hits, 10 o'clock tops, unless we're watching a really good movie, he's out, he's done. But he has this ritual, this thing that is already beginning to let his brain know it's about to be bedtime. It's about to be bedtime. He starts this ritual around 7:30 or 8 o'clock every single night, brushing, flossing right after we eat, laying out his clothes for the next day, his workout clothes, turning his bed down. It's a way to begin to even communicate to his body that we need to start winding it down. And I've never done that until recently. I just kind of fall into the bed whenever I finish watching the crime show, reading, washing clothes, whatever it is I'm doing, I just kind of fall into the bed. But I've noticed that the nights that I do begin this ritual, similarly to his, wash my face, floss, all that, it's helped stop me from late night snacking because I don't want to have to brush my teeth again. So think about, what is your bedtime ritual? And for that matter, what is your morning ritual? What is your morning routine? What is your nighttime routine? How do you begin to wind down or wind up the day? That makes a difference because it's communicating with your brain and the rest of your body. Okay, we got to start bringing it down a notch. Okay. So that's number 2. The first one was stop multitasking, stop doing 3, 4, and 5 things at one time and begin to focus. Go to bed. The third one is limit your caffeine. And I know we know this one, but I also think that we fool ourselves in thinking that decaf means no caffeine. There is still caffeine in decaffeinated coffee, tea, other drinks. All right. So you don't have no caffeine, even if you're drinking a decaffeinated beverage of some sort. So begin maybe just with 1 less cup of whatever that is. Even if it's early in the day, you know what, you may think, well, you know what, I only drink coffee in the morning. It can still impact you later in the day. So think about removing 1 cup of whatever the caffeinated or decaffeinated beverages that you're drinking. Begin to, try and just minimize that and bring it down. If you're like 4 or 5 cups, start trying to reduce that over the next week or so. That's number 3. The first one was stop multitasking, go to bed, begin a nighttime routine that begins to help your body and your mind kind of begin to settle in. Number 3 is limit the caffeine, and to remember that decaf does not mean no caffeine. It just means that it's low. It's significantly lower for sure, but it does not mean no caffeine. Number 4 is find a way to move every single day. Now, I mean, I'm like the next girl. Yeah, I got 10, 15 pounds I'd like to lose, but even more so than that, I need to get my heart pumping. I need to get my blood flowing every day. Being in the house still, I'm still not comfortable going to the gym. I'm not ready to do that yet. So find a way to move every day, right? So we live in a 4-story townhouse. I'll walk, up and down those flights maybe 20 times and on purpose in a day, or in a couple days, but finding a way to move, even if where you live is really cold, you can't get outside, find a way to do that in your home. Do some planks, breathing, do some yoga, do some stretches, find a way to get that blood flowing and get your heart rate up every single day. It does impact and can assist and help us with sleeping at night. All right. And then number 5, I told you I wasn't going to be here long. Number 5, ask for help. All right. Stop doing everything or thinking it's your job to do everything, or even this is what we really do. We think nobody's going to do it as well as us. So we do it because I can do it faster. I can do it better. I can do it quicker. And if I got to sit around and explain to you how to do it, I might as well just do it myself. Stop that. Sit everybody down, divvy up the tasks, assign something to everybody. Your children, 4th grade and older, can begin to wash their clothes, probably younger than that at this point, but definitely by 4th grade. Younger than that can definitely sort by color. It's a great thing to give to them to do. And here's the other thing I want you to think about. Not only divvying up the tasks to everybody in the house so that really everybody is contributing in a real way, in a real way that can be felt, but what are the things that are being done that you can outsource? Okay, nobody wants to wash clothes, or you've got kids too young to help without. Why not outsource that? There are companies that will literally, you sit your laundry out, you go in the app, they take your laundry, 24 hours, your laundry is back. Hey, I don't know who that is. I see someone's joined, but StreamYard needs your permission to use your name. So it just says Facebook user. But hi, it's good to see you, whoever you are. So there are some tasks you may not want to do. And that's fine. And this goes back to what we talked about at the top of this. The first task of being stop multitasking, stop having to do everything or so many things at once. What are the things on your list that can be outsourced, insourced, or done by somebody else in your home? Ask for assistance. Let people know it's not just me here. It's many of us, and the Bible says many hands make work light. Okay, so again, today, I want to just go back through it really quickly for those that just joined. But today we were talking about mom fatigue. Mom fatigue is the exhaustion that occurs as a result of feeling physically and emotionally overwhelmed by not just parenting, but now with e-learning happening, virtual working, and everything that's all happening in our home, right? So my goal is to support any mom. Hey, Shell, my goal is to support any mom that is trying to find a home life balance, right? We've talked years, we've heard the term work-life balance for years, but everything is now happening in our home. And so my goal is to help you find this home life balance. And so the 5 things we're talking about as it pertains to mom fatigue: stop multitasking, shorten that list, right? We're so good, we can do 3, 4, 5 things at once. None of it's getting our best attention. None of it is really getting our best effort. None of it is really getting our full attention. So stop with the multitasking, go to bed, start a nighttime routine. I told y'all about Cliff's routine. My husband has this down, y'all. He's been doing this for years. Have a bedtime routine. You know, he brushes his teeth, flosses early, turns his bed down like he's at a 5-star hotel, lays out his workout clothes for the next day. Like there's a whole process. He's beginning to kind of just let his brain know we're about to shut it down. So create a routine for bedtime as well as morning. There should be a routine for each of those to let your body know that we're about to ramp it up for the day or we're about to bring it down for the day. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3 is limit caffeine. Even decaf has caffeine in it. So begin reducing those cups of coffee, tea. I'm a big tea drinker, soda, whatever it is that you drink. I say soda, so I know some of y'all say pop, but I've never said pop. Like, I think that's the first time in my whole life I've ever said pop. Lower your caffeine. Find a way to move your body. Number 4, find a way to move. Even if that's inside. I'm not yet ready to go to the gym. It's wintertime. So in some parts of the country, it's very cold. We have so much less sun and daylight right now. So that adds to it. I know for me, even if it's freezing outside, if I can see the sun, and Shell, you know what I'm talking about, because my years living in Ohio were rough. Because like from November to like April, it's gray. Like you might get a couple of sunny days, but it's gray. And so we're in those seasons now where it's cold, it's dark early, and that affects our mood as well. So find a way to get your heart rate up, to get your juices flowing, get your blood flowing. We live in a townhouse, so I'll walk up and down. We've got 4 floors. I'll walk up and down those stairs, several different times a day on purpose, just to get some kind of movement in, because I am not yet ready to go back to the gym. Not feeling it, not ready for it. All right, so that's number 4. And then number 5 is get the help that you need. And for most of us, that means our family. I know that, for some of us, it's like, gosh, if I got to go through explaining to all these people what to do, it's quicker for me to just do it myself. Yes, but that's adding to your fatigue. That's adding to the fatigue of you waking up after a night's sleep still tired. So start let people doing stuff. Even if it's not what you consider perfect, or even if it's not the way you do it, the towels don't have to be folded your way. They're clean and they're in the linen closet. Hello, close the door. It's okay. No, the dishwasher may not be being loaded exactly like you like it. So what? So what? So cut with all that. Begin to give people responsibilities to do, and then look at the things that need to be done and find out, how do I outsource or insource this? How, okay, nobody wants to wash clothes, or my children are too young to do that. I'd say fourth grade is a good age to start that. Or maybe you've got kids younger than that. All right. So how do I get that done? I don't want to do it. There are all kinds of apps, SudShare being one. They will pick up your laundry within 24 hours. It's folded, wash, dried, folded, back on your doorstep. Find those things that you can outsource or insource. You don't feel like going to the grocery store. I know everybody says, well, Instacart is so expensive. Yes, it is. But if once a month you don't feel like going to the grocery store, fit that in the budget. Make it happen. Because we cannot function on the level of fatigue that we're experiencing right now as moms. At some point, there's going to be a crash. At some point. So I'm giving you these 5 things to help refresh and to help get us back on track, and for us to begin to remember again, what is important, what's most important. And that's what we've got to begin to focus in on. What is most important? The fact that I go to bed and the kitchen is spotless, that's really not most important. I know for a lot of us it is. I've been there too. I don't want to wake up with dishes in the sink. You know what? I don't. But I've realized now that my rest is more important than there being 3 dishes in the sink. Okay, so I'm going to leave this video up for those of you that are just joining. Happy to have you. I said that this was going to be a quick one today, but here's the thing. If these areas are areas that you're struggling in, send me a message and let's talk and let's figure out, how do we get the systems in your house, and how do we, sometimes we're so in it that we can't even really see what we need. So if in hearing any of this that, this is me, send me a message. Let's get on a call and let's talk about, what are the systems that you already have in place? What needs to be tweaked? What needs to be shifted? What needs to be kind of maybe let go and released, so that the other things that matter more are the things that are becoming the priority. And if we do nothing else, stop saying priorities. The word priority itself means the thing, the important thing. And y'all know that I believe that is you. So let's make some shifts and some changes here at the top of the year. Let's not let everything that's happened in 2020 just kind of spill over with us into 2021. I know, we're still dealing with the pandemic, but we've learned some things in 2020. We've learned some things. It took us a minute to try and, get our footing and what this looked like and what this meant. But let's make a decision that we can be smart, we can be healthy, we can be well rested, and we can get into 2021 still having to manage and deal with the things that are happening, but also lower the level of fatigue that we're experiencing as moms. So if you're just joining, please watch the replay. I'm gonna pop out of here right now, but y'all know that I'm here to support you as it pertains to what your systems are looking like. And if I cannot have another year just kind of winging it, we can change that. We can do something about that. And I'm here to support you. All right. Have a good evening, everybody. Get a bedtime routine in play. Watch this. If you're just joining, watch, because I talked about my husband's bedtime routine. It's rather amazing. All right. So let's get something in place so that we can, continue to show up and be our absolute best selves. All right. Have a good evening. Bye.